Hi, I'm Rick Woodson with theimpactmethod.com. Doing a lesson today with Sydney. She's a high school golfer here just outside of Dallas, and I'm just going to let you enjoy the lesson today and see what we can come up with. Okay, Sydney, go ahead and hit a few for me, get warmed up. And what club do you have? All right, perfect. I'd like you to warm up with the shorter iron. How's your week going? Have you been hitting it? Hitting it pretty good? Working on some of the stuff we talked about last week? How'd your wrist ankles feel there at impact? You feel kind of loose here at impact? One thing that I've noticed, I don't know if you've thought about this when you're practicing, but you've got quite a bit of lower body still moving off of it. Sliding your hips back on the backswing. So I want you to try to keep your weight centered. Go ahead and move back to the top for me. Swing right back to the top of your backswing here. Okay, now I want you to feel like you're turning there. What you're doing here is you're sliding your hips back to the right. Yes. Can you feel that? So yeah, we want to make a real effort to try to feel like the right pocket moves back and not over to the right outside of your ankle. All right, so just kind of stay centered with your weight and feel like you're turning. Let's do it real slow so you can feel this. Hands are staying right on the body. Go ahead and pivot and stay down in your posture. Very good right there. That's a lot better. Now I want you to feel one where you slide so you can kind of distinguish between the two. Go ahead and slide there. That's what we're trying to avoid. Because what that does is that's going to move the low point of the swing back. Yeah, and that's going to move the low point of the swing too far back here. All right, see that? It's going to be very hard to recover from that, okay? How'd that feel at impact? Wrist feel a little bit? Do you feel it? Okay, so let's go back right to the top of the backswing again. Okay, hold it right there. We're going to go back. I want you into impact. I need you to move your weight into your left hip, straighten the left leg. In there. We want to keep your head back in this position. Good. Right up into impact. So once you get to this position here, you've got to think about moving, like if you had a belt buckle on, moving it right over your left ankle. All right? That's where you're feeling the hands break down. And when you get into the longer clubs, that's going to be really exposed. All right, that was much better with the hips up, much tighter. So you got to think about like you really have just a pole in the ground and you're turning on that pole. You're not moving your weight back into the right hip. Let's try that again. Real slow motion for me. In fact, let me just move the ball out of the way. We're going to do that with a dry swing. Go ahead. Hold it there. Good. Just relax the arms. Very good. Now your first move is you're going to bump into the left hip and straighten the left leg. Okay, and there's your impact right there. That's what we're looking for. Stay here. Keep rotating there. And the elbow's real close to the body, even on the finish. Very good. Okay, one more real slow motion for me. Good. Bump left. Okay, you want to feel like the arms are really staying on the body here. Okay, so when you begin your forward swing, you've got to use your core muscles here, right? And don't feel like your arms are going to outrun your body, because when you do, that's when you're going to lose those wrist angles at impact. Okay. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, let's try one. Going to have you aim a little bit more left, more towards the white flag. Good. All right, Sydney, good job. That's big improvements from a couple of weeks ago. All right, let's move into another club. We'll get like a 6-iron, okay? Good stuff there. Practice, have you been putting clubs down to check your alignment? See how your alignment's turning out? Is it?
I think so.
It's 6. So you look at it like that.
Oh.
Alrighty. It's an upside down line. So have you been putting clubs down to check your alignment? Mm-hmm. I recommend that when you practice. And again,
my coach is going to give me one of those yellow balls.
Yep. Yep. What you want to do is you want to put the outside. If you put 2 of them down, we've got one here, but you're going to have this one here are facing the target. It's like railroad tracks. This outside one's going to be at the target, and your inside line is going to be parallel to
Yeah,
that.
I do that for putting.
I would put it down with your long clubs as well, because you just want to reinforce your alignment so that, a lot of people will be lined up, they think they're lined up at the white flag, and they're really over here. They're really 30 yards to the right, and they start hitting the ball to the right, and they say, man, I'm really hitting it good, but in reality, they're lined up to the right, so then they'll start making compensations in their swing.
The other day, like yesterday, like I would be fine here, but then I would just stop.
Right,
I wouldn't follow through.
Right.
Like it would be like, I would have a good backswing, and then I would just.
Right. So
just
what's happening there? What do you think?
I'm not following. I mean.
Your arms are taking over the swing, so your body,
Body.
exactly.
And like I would be fine, and I have a good, I would just stop.
Right.
And my ball would like go.
Right. So what we want to try to feel is that, what starts the forward swing is the weight just drifts from the center of the body into the left ankle. That little bump right there, that's what you want to try to feel that starts your forward swing, all right? If you're starting the arms down first, your body's just going to say, okay, take over arms. And that's what that's the problem that most people have, is they try to hit at the golf ball from the top of the backswing instead of moving the body forward. There, very good. And look how much better your balance is. You will be able to control the wrist angles like we talked about last week if you have the leverage here, if your weight is up in this position. Otherwise, you're just going to lose it early.
All
right?
Or I'm going to come back and I'm just going to do that.
You're going to flip at it. There's a lot of things can go wrong. Absolutely. You're never going to compress the golf ball. Like we were hitting on the impact bag. Remember when we were doing that? Boom, right through here.
Right.
And that's the feeling that you want to have. Let's get the ball position back just a little bit more in the middle of the stance too with that. It's a little bit too far forward. There you go. Good. Always want to monitor that as well. That is just light years better than a couple of weeks ago. Remember the video that we did 2 weeks ago and you were here? No rotation at all. So how much yardage do you think you picked up? 30 yards probably, I bet.
Probably.
Yeah, in a matter of a couple of weeks. Just by rotating your body and not throwing your hands at it at impact. Yeah, that's a big difference, Sydney. That's very good. Very good move.
I was watching, I don't know who she was, some girl at Buffalo Creek.
Uh-huh.
Like, just the way she would come back like this and just go like that.
Yeah.
I mean, she would just
flick her wrist at it. Yeah.
And
yeah.
And she was like hitting with her driver too, and it would go like from here to that, whatever that is.
Right. Should have gone over there and helped her.
No, we tried to.
Okay. Yeah.
Because but if I don't know how to do it, then I can't show somebody else.
Well, you look pretty good with this now. That's a big change than what it was a couple of weeks ago. Let's kind of do a dry swing with it, a little bit slower for me. Don't hit the ball, just kind of walk through it here. Back to the top. Good. Now, we're going to go ahead and try to keep the weight centered. There you go. There's good rotation here. Now, I want you to come back to impact. Just hold that position here. Perfect. Very good. Your weight is up on your left ankle. Keep rotating forward. Upper body kind of stays in position. Keep the arms on the body here. Don't let it fly off. So when you're coming forward, again on your through swing, you're going to feel like the arms just stay right in front of you here. Okay? So it's going to look, watch, here, right on your body. I don't want to see the arms back in here behind you. There you go. Excellent. 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 Watch your ball position now. It's a little bit far forward. That's something you want to pay attention to.